Imagine ordering a house the same way you'd order a phone. You pick a model, you click Inquire, and a few weeks later, a futuristic glowing pod shows up on a truck, fully built. No foundation poured for months. No construction crew living in your driveway. Just a house. Delivered. This is the GLAMNI Space Capsule House, and right now thousands of people are obsessed with these things. They look like something parked on Mars. But here's what almost nobody tells you. There's a catch hiding behind that price tag, and it has nothing to do with the house itself. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what one of these really costs and whether you could even legally live in it. Let's get into it. So first, let's clear something up. When you hear tiny house, you probably picture something rustic. A little wooden cabin, maybe a converted shed. This is not that. GLAMNI is the brand name. The company behind it is called Glam Tiny House Limited, and they are not some tiny backyard operation. They're one of the largest capsule and modular home manufacturers in China. They ship to over 160 countries. They can pump out around 200 of these units every single month. And the factory itself? The project was a roughly 1 billion yuan investment. The first phase alone covers about 120,000 square meters and was built to create jobs for hundreds of workers. So this tiny house is coming out of a genuinely massive high-tech operation. Now, here's the first detail that surprised me. The minimum order quantity is one unit. You don't have to buy a fleet of them. You can order a single house just like you'd buy a single appliance. And they'll build it to order and ship it to you in about 30 to 40 days. Think about that for a second. A normal home takes months or years to build. This one is essentially a product on a shelf. It has a model number, it has options, it has a warranty. Some listings claim up to 30 years, with a structural lifespan rated around 50 years. They've got the international certifications too, ISO CESGS. So this isn't a gimmick that falls apart in a season. It's an actual manufactured building, made on an assembly line sold like a gadget. But the factory isn't the impressive part. The impressive part is what's inside. And that's where this gets a little ridiculous. Okay, so you'd expect a cheap factory pod to be bare bones, right? A bed, a light bulb, maybe a window, not even clothes. Let me walk you through what GLAMNI lists as standard features, not upgrades. Standard. You get a smart control panel that runs the whole unit from one screen. You get an integrated sound system built right in. You get layered mood lighting. They run light belts along the ceiling and around the window frames, so the whole pod glows. You get automatic curtains that open and close on command. There's a fresh air ventilation system, and there's full air conditioning. Stop and picture that. You're lying in bed, you tap one panel, the curtains slide closed, the lighting shifts to a warm glow, the air system kicks in. In a pod you ordered off the internet, and the centerpiece of almost every model is that giant curved glass wall. That's the whole point of the design. You wake up and instead of a bedroom wall, you're staring straight out at a forest, or a lake, or a mountain range. The entire front of the capsule is basically one enormous window. Now here's where it gets interesting. These come in a whole range of sizes. Some of the smaller pods are around 14 square meters. Cozy, one person, more of a luxury hotel room vibe. The mid-size models land around 30 square meters. And the bigger ones, like their 36 plus square meter units, are pitched as genuine two-bedroom homes with a real kitchen and bathroom. Some models even fold or expand. GLAMNI lists foldable and expandable capsule units, so the thing arrives compact and opens up into a bigger living space once it's on site. So you've got a smart, climate-controlled, glowing glass pod that folds up for delivery and expands when it lands. Honestly, it sounds too good to be true, which is exactly the right instinct. Because now we need to talk about money. Here's where a lot of people get fooled, so pay close attention. If you search these capsule houses on a site like Alibaba, you will see listings that say things like $42, $500, numbers that make your jaw drop. Those numbers are bait. That's a price per square meter, or a deposit, or some minimum quantity wholesale figure, not the price of a finished house showing up at your door. Anyone who tells you they got a luxury smart capsule for the price of a nice dinner is either confused or selling you something. So what does a GLAMNI actually cost? Let's use their own real listed prices. Their smaller tiny house model has been listed around $15,500. One of their popular mid-size space capsules has been listed around $36,600. And across the whole capsule house market, finished units generally run somewhere between $20,000 and $80,000 depending on size, materials, and how loaded the interior is. Now, $15,000 to $30-something thousand for a fully smart, climate-controlled home still sounds amazing compared to building a house. And it kind of is. But, and here's the rehook, that sticker price is not the price you actually pay. Not even close. Because that house is sitting in a factory in China, and you are not. Which brings us to the part of this story almost every viral video skips. So how does a giant curved glass pod travel halfway around the world without shattering? The answer is kind of wild. GLAMNI actually offers different packing schemes for this, and the descriptions tell you everything. In the basic version, the capsule gets strapped down onto a flat rack with rubber padding at the contact points, then wrapped in tarp and netting. In the upgraded version, they partially cover the glass with wood, which doubles as protection and as an anti-theft measure. And for the premium version, they build the whole thing a custom iron or wooden crate. Read that again. The protection includes anti-theft wood paneling, because this thing is traveling as fragile, valuable cargo across an ocean. So your house gets loaded onto a ship as an oversized load. It crosses the sea, it clears a foreign port, and only then does it head to you. And every one of those steps costs money that is not in the sticker price. Ocean freight for an oversized item is expensive. Then there's port handling, then customs. And customs is the one that catches people off guard. Depending on your country, you can owe import duties and taxes on the full value of the unit before it's even allowed in. That's not a small line item. That can be thousands of dollars on its own. So the house is at the port now. You've paid the freight, you've paid the duties. You think you're done? You are not. Because a pod sitting at a port is not a pod sitting in your yard. And getting it those final miles is its own adventure. Let's actually add this up, because this is the part that matters. Industry buying guides are pretty blunt about it. The hidden costs on a capsule house typically add another 20 to 30% on top of the base price. Sometimes more. Here's where that money goes. First, you need a foundation or a prepared site. You can't just drop a multi-ton glass pod onto soft grass and call it done. You need a level pad, concrete piers, a slab, or a proper base. Second, you need delivery to the actual spot, which often means a crane or rigging crew to lift the capsule off the truck and set it down. That's specialized equipment and specialized labor. Third, you need utilities, power, water, sewage, or a septic solution. Unless you're going fully off-grid with solar and a composting setup, which is its own cost, somebody has to physically connect this house to services. When you stack all of that up, the real cost per square foot on these often lands somewhere around $150 to $250. So that dreamy, cheap house from the internet is real. But the honest all-in number is a lot closer to a serious renovation budget than to a weekend impulse buy. And look, even after all of that, plenty of people would still say it's worth it. A delivered smart home for that price is genuinely a deal in a lot of markets. But there is one final hurdle, and it's the one that actually stops people. It's not money, it's permission. This is the catch I promised you at the very start. You can have the money, you can have the land. You can have the pod sitting right there in your backyard, glowing beautifully. And it can still be completely illegal to live in. Here's the reality. In most places, these capsules are perfectly legal in the right setting. An RV park, a glamping resort, a campground with commercial zoning. That's where you see them thrive, but the dream a lot of people have, drop one in the backyard, live in it full-time, or list it on Airbnb, that is a code violation in most cities. Manufacturers themselves admit it. They see buyers get a gorgeous unit to the port, only to find out it can't legally sit on a residential lot. The difference between a legal home and an expensive piece of lawn art often comes down to one thing: how your local zoning office classifies it. In some areas, it's treated as an accessory dwelling unit, which can be allowed behind a main house with permits. In others, it's treated like a mobile home or a park model RV, which triggers a totally different set of standards. Things like minimum room sizes under the residential code, often around 70 square feet for a habitable room, plus inspections for plumbing and electrical. And an HOA can ban the whole idea outright, even if your city would allow it. So the single most important step happens before you spend $1. You call your local zoning department and ask how they'd classify it. That one phone call is the difference between a home and a very pretty paperweight. So let's bring it home. The GLAMNI Space Capsule is genuinely incredible. A smart, climate-controlled, glass-walled home built on an assembly line and shipped to your door. The base prices are real, but the true cost includes freight, customs, a foundation, a crane, and utilities, usually 20 to 30% more than the sticker. And the thing that actually decides whether your dream works isn't the money, it's the zoning office. The people who pull this off successfully all do the exact same thing. They check the legal classification first, then they buy. In that order. Never the other way around. And here's the thing. There's a whole category of foldable, expandable container homes that some buyers are using to dodge a few of these rules entirely because they get classified differently. They're cheaper, they ship flatter, and in some places they're a lot easier to permit. I'll see you in the next video.